Okay, here I am, Fredericton Non-Profit Housing Day, and that's what it is. And what's your name?
Michael Bryan, City Councillor, also Chair of the Affordable Housing Committee.
So, can you give me a little tour here? What's going on?
Sure, this is a new development that we've had scoped out. It's a piece of 4.5 acre land that's surplus. It was originally going to be for a school, but they don't need it anymore when they built Kimball Road School. So the province is going to sell it to the city. The city's going to, we hired an architect from McGill University to come down who's done a lot of projects in the city already, affordable housing expert, and he's put a design together to show how we can put about 107 units on that piece of land. And we're going to put it out to tender to the private developers. And we're going to get bids back in and say, look, here's what we want to have here. A mix of row houses, townhouses, some apartments for families, single people. Half of the units on here will have to be affordable housing. The other can be sold at market rent. And they put their bids in, we'll pick the one that works the best, we'll sell the land to them, they build it.
How long has the city of Fredericton been involved in this?
On this project?
No, Fredericton Non-Profit.
Well, the affordable housing stuff, we really kicked it into gear, Charles, about 3 years ago. Yeah,
how did it come to it? I mean, I've been in the city since 2003. Yeah. I always considered the city a bunch of snobs, but how did it come to...
Look, it was there was community groups here, and there's a group called the Action Group on Homelessness, and they came to the city and said, look, what can you do? Well, legislatively, there's not a heck of a lot we can do, but we can be advocates for it. So we put this group together. I had the honor of being appointed by council, a lot of dedicated people in the community on it, and they represent them, and we've really been able to try to put the issue out in the public so that the public will first realize there's a need for affordable housing, what it can do to make a person feel better, what it does to make the community better, and try to get the private developers to step forward and take on and build some projects. Also, when a project comes forward, have the community accept it. Because the first thing they want to do is, I don't want it that's a great project, we build it over there. I don't want it in my neighborhood.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And that's human nature. But you know what? Everyone we get approved and comes through council, it just breaks those barriers down. So everyone we put forward now, less and less opposition.
As a personal point of view, did you learn something when you first started getting involved?
Oh my goodness! I mean,
everybody learned.
I knew a bit of the problem, but when you work with Brian Duplessis from the shelter, who's on it, and the people that represent the social groups, John Howard Society, who's got a project that got approved, and when they come on and tell you what the real world is, man, did it ever open your eyes? Opens your heart too.
Show me the other house.
Well, this is see this building here?
Yeah.
This is what it could look like, right? This is one of the apartments that could be there.
Wow.
And we've got them designed so that, you could have one family living here, you could have another family here, you could have a family up there and two down here. It's all modular, right? You could have parents living here and their kids in this unit down below. That's just kind of another view of that kind of building, another view of what they could look like. And they're affordable houses. They're not cheap houses. They're built smaller. They're a bit narrower, but they got all the amenities that somebody needs to be able to live there, right? These are some of the smaller ones. Instead of a great big apartments, these are row houses, like townhouses, but one here, one there. Again, you could rent them so somebody could have one whole unit here to a family, or just one this. So we try to come up with some real novel concepts to make it. And you know what? It's going to be in the middle of an existing community, on a bus route, close to the schools, a little shopping plaza just down the street. So people that are just looking for a spot to be able to put a safe roof over their head, maybe once they have that, then they can upgrade their education skills, get a job, feed their kids, not have to worry about rent. That's what it's all about.
You know what? I'm starting to change my attitude toward the snobs of the city after listening to your talk.
Look, it's all about education, Charles. You know what your education thing when you're on the legislature for a while. People that when you don't know something, you fear it, right? And if you tell people the need, and also we've got a lot of good projects that have been done here in the city that have been successful, and when people go by, they say, what was I upset about that for? Look what it's done, right? People, one of the things they say, don't build that, it's going to drop my property values. You know what it does? It rises your property value because it makes a better community.
Mike, thank you very much.
Thanks, Charles.